All right, guys, here we are. It's time. Let's rock and roll. Oh my gosh. This is exciting. This is so exciting. All right, I'll give you guys a minute to hop on here. And yeah, oh my gosh. So much good stuff happening today. I see that you guys are all hopping on. And yes, this is the best live stream of the year. So I see that we're getting a bunch of people hopping on. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. I have to say that a few years ago, my birthday was the beginning of the end of my marriage. And I cried for 13 hours, and it was probably the worst day of my life. And that was just, God, that was 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I was crying my eyes out and not knowing what to do. And it was, it was pretty terrible. So the fact that I am where I am today and that I am like with you guys and I have so many of you to celebrate with and so many things to celebrate is it just warms my heart. Just like makes me believe in the world, right? All right, we have got many things to discuss today. I know you guys are all on the edge of your seats. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who are joining us on YouTube on the recording, hello, my name is Margie Remmers-Davis, and I am the creator of Fast and Easy QBO. And this is our weekly live stream that we hold every week inside of our Facebook group called the QBO Gym Locker Room. And let me just point out a little bit, get my screen situated here. So yeah, so the Facebook Locker Room is your place for hands-on exercises using QuickBooks Online. That is what we do all day. We say practice makes profit. We are, I jokingly say, maybe not so jokingly, like we're not a training company, we're a doing company. We believe in hands-on practice and actually doing the thing. And so that's why as a member of the locker room, you get access to a free Getting Started course that teaches you how to get your free QuickBooks Online accountant account, how to navigate it, terminology, workflows, the difference between an invoice and a bill, which if you're outside of QuickBooks Online, maybe those sound like the same thing to you, right? So we teach you how to access the sample company, which is where we do all of our practice. And we give you hands-on exercises to be able to put into practice what you're learning. In addition to what comes with the free Getting Started course, you have over 100 free exercises that you can access. People always come in and they're like, where do I find the free exercises? So I would just point out to you that you find it in the featured section. I don't know what's wrong with my screen here, but let me go back, see if I just click that real quick. Usually it looks a little bit different. Yep, here we go. So here is the featured section. If you are on your phone, you may have to like click the little hamburger up in the upper left-hand corner to get to the featured section, but usually it's like right here in the front. And you have over 100 free exercises. You click the link in there. That's where you get your free exercises. Also, as a member of the group, you get a free exercise of the week. That's what we're going to go over today. And you get to follow along on our weekly live stream. All of that happens If you're watching on YouTube, you can watch the recording, and we're going to have a good time today. I told everybody, I hope you guys saw my messages to say grab a snack, because today is going to be a long one, not because of the exercise of the week, that's actually fairly short, but because today is my birthday and we're having a little birthday celebration giveaway. All right, so anyway, so Fridays, 11 a.m. Eastern, and we're going to go over the free exercise of the week. The exercise of the week is part of our paid program, which is called the QBO Gym. The QBO Gym, let me make that a little bit bigger, is our solution to the question, how do I get experience? Or I can't get experience without a job. I can't get a job without experience. We had a ton of people. We're very expert at helping people get certified in QuickBooks Online. But what I heard over and over was, well, I passed the test, but I don't actually know what I'm doing. And so we developed this simulated experience. So this is the other thing, is like I see all the time people saying, can I work for you for free? Or how can I tag along and actually I really want to see what it's actually like as a life is like as a bookkeeper, or would this be even a good, career for me? So, the QBO Gym was created to solve that problem. And so what we have is simulated experience. You get to actually be a bookkeeper for a fictitious business owner for an entire year. And so you're working along, improving your skills. And every time that you work in the gym, it is recorded in your Booksmatch dashboard. I keep forgetting to have somebody pulled up here. Okay. So as you are working in the gym, your skills are recorded. Oh, good times, folks. I love it when I do these live streams and my system decides not to work. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. I don't know what took that so long, but but anyway, so April here has been working hard along. She has verified 359 skills. Here is the key difference between what we do and just passing a test. This is verifying that you have actually done the work. It doesn't mean that you pass a test about knowledge about the work, but that you have actually done the work. So we keep track of the skills that you have actually verified. They are in 10 skill groups. You can click on any skill group to drill down and see how, what's inside that skill group, what you've been working on. You can see how you compare to other people inside the gym. And then all of the work that you do is actually, there are 3 key metrics that we're looking at. The first one is knowledge. Knowledge is your breadth of skills, like all of the variety of basket of things that you've learned. Your consistency is how frequently you are actually going in and upskilling. Frequency is consistency is really, really important, because one of the benefits of having a QBO Gym subscription and having a Booksmatch account is that you can open up your subscription, or you can open up your profile to the world and get hired by, it's like being listed in the Pro Advisor directory or any other directory. But the difference is that ours actually proves that you can do the work. And the others are just you pay to be in the directory, or in the case of Pro Advisor, you just pass the test. It's not as meaningful as ours. And so we are actively working toward getting eyeballs on you. And so you can see, if you are open to work, then you're listed here. Consistency is the most important metric, because you have to, if you don't have high consistency, then you are just going to be at the bottom of the list. Our people want to know that, what the heck is going on today, folks? Our people want to know that you are actively working, and that's why we have that consistency metric. The problem is, what the heck, guys? Oh man, I might have to reach out to the developers today. I don't think it's my internet connection. My internet connection's been just fine. I don't know why this is having a wrong data. I don't know what the problem is here. But anyway, my point is that we track your consistency. And that's why we have an exercise of the week, is because if you've done all of the work, there's nothing that you can do to stay consistent. So we have an exercise of the week, and the purpose of the exercise of the week is to give you something to be consistent. It's primarily for the people who have already done a ton of work, but I know that people love it, people want to be in it, so that's why we give it to you after you have earned 250 points in the gym. And then if you join us live like we are today, then you get access to it even if you don't have a subscription to the gym. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at our exercise of the week. I know everyone is so excited. I am grateful that there's so many birthday wishes here in this is so exciting. I love that, and I know everyone's on the edge of their seat because we're doing a big giveaway, but guys, we can't party all the time. We have to work first and then party. So let's take a look at our exercise today. And we are going to be practicing converting sub-customers to projects. Now, this is a more advanced skill. Talking about projects and sub-customers and all that is actually part of the advanced certification for those of you who are pursuing certifications. This is like one of the first things they talk about on the advanced side. But it's not really that difficult of a concept. So if you're new, don't, and especially the lesson we're going to do today, don't freak out about it because it'll be okay even if you're new. Okay. All right. So what we're talking about is converting sub customers to projects. And this comes from, this is a Pro Advisor challenge, which means that it comes from Intuit. Intuit actually created this, and it is available for you inside your account. Okay, so if you go inside, I am looking right here at an accountant account. I know that I'm an accountant in an accountant account because it says accountant up here on the left-hand side, because this whole left navigation bar is gray, and also because it's divided into your practice and your books. Okay, so if all of that is true, then you're in an accountant account. And if you go to Pro Advisor and select training, here is all of the training that Intuit provides for you. Okay, and this is all free. This is all free. Okay. So here's the training home. You can do the personalized path, which means you can answer some questions and they'll feed you specific lessons that they think will be helpful for whatever your goals are. The certification hub is where you actually take the test. And then the training library is what we're going to click on today. The training library is where all of their available training is located. So you'll notice that it says product training at the top, and then it says QuickBooks Online, but this is actually like a folder. So if I click that and close it up, you'll see that there are other products that they offer training on, and there's even things that are not product related that they offer training on, these foundational skills, advising, there's more tax stuff, etc. Okay, so what we're going to be focusing on is we are focusing on on QuickBooks Online. So I'm going to open that back up, and you'll notice that there are different tiles that are grouped by topic. Okay, and this is where you're going to find, if you're looking for the training material, if you're looking for these Pro Advisor challenges, this is where you're going to find it. Okay, so let me go back to the exercise, which right here, Joel has already put it in the chat. So if you guys are not in the gym, then if you're in the gym but the exercise of the week isn't unlocked for you yet, then you can use the link there that Joel put in the chat for us. Thank you, Joel. Okay, so here is the exercise. This little section here is just how to find the exercise. Okay, so we've gone, this is all the stuff we've done. We've gone to Pro Advisor, we've selected training, we've clicked the training library tab, we've gone to QuickBooks Online, and now we have these different sections, these different tiles. And so what we're talking about today is reports. Okay, so I'm going to go back here, and here is the reports tile. So I'm going to click on that. You'll notice that there are 3 different levels of exercises, okay? Beginner, intermediate, and advanced. The ones that are under intermediate are the things that are tested on the basic level certification. Okay, so you can tell if I hover my cursor right here, it says tested in the QuickBooks Online exam, okay? But if I go to advanced, I do the same thing, and I hover, notice it says tested in the advanced QuickBooks Online exam. So what we're talking about today, like I said, is an advanced skill. It's on the advanced test. And we're going to go back to the exercise real quick. Okay, and so this is what we've done so far. So now what we're looking for is using projects. Okay. All right, so we've got cash basis and expense reports, scheduling reports, performance center, all this stuff. And then we're looking, so it's the very last one, which is using projects. Okay. So I'm going to click in there. And then this is the Intuit training. This is like what it looks like. Okay. And you'll notice that on the right-hand side, there's kind of some topics and there's links to take you to specific places. Now, the links don't always work. We'll see if it works today. I suspect it will not. It did. Okay. Sometimes that link, there's like hoops that you have to jump through. There's a knowledge quiz that you have to take, or there's tabs you have to click or whatever. But in my case, it went ahead and went to the Pro Advisor Challenge. Okay, so here's a Pro Advisor Challenge. They tell you the task. So the task is, oh, that's fun that my cursor did that. Okay. The task is what you need to do. Well, first is how to get set up. And so what they're saying here is Craig is looking for a way to easily see profitability reports for his jobs, including costs for employees and overhead. You suggest that he uses the project feature and agree to carry out an example conversion for him to follow. Okay, I'm going to talk, if you're new, you don't know what I just said at all, that's fine. That's fine. I will explain it once we get into the exercise. Okay. So this is just what it tells you to do. And then they say, here's how to test yourself. And then here's their stuff. Okay. So this is the Intuit version. We don't like the Intuit version very much because we feel like our system is better for doing an exercise. That's why we convert these exercises into what you see here. Okay. So we're going to actually do our version of the exercise. The first thing that we have to do is we have to load the sample company. And so I'm going to do that by clicking the gear icon. For some reason, they've started calling it the settings cog. So you'll hear both of those things, but trainers forever have been calling it the gear icon. Gear icon. Now it's the settings cog, but I'm going to go to sample company. Now, when I do this, it's going to log me out of my regular accountant account. Okay, this is really important because if you are taking the test, if you decide you want to pursue one of those certifications, it's an open book test and you can look things up in the sample company. But if you do that, then you will, if you do it while you're taking the test, you will lose your test and when you open the sample company. Okay, so you don't want to do that. Of course, if you're in our courses, we teach you how to have both open at the same time, so you can avoid that. But just for those of you who know, I want you to know, like, don't do this while you are taking the test. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click continue because I'm not taking a test. And here I am in our sample company, our best friend, Craig's Design and Landscaping Services. Okay, now, our exercises are built with a tool called Scribe. And Scribe has a Google Chrome extension that if you're using Chrome, and you can load this extension right here. It looks like this. It's called Scribe, AI documentation, SOPs, and screenshots probably is what it says. And if you load this, then when you are working on the exercise and you have the sample company already loaded like we do, okay, then you'll see this little button that says Guide Me, okay? If I click Guide Me, now I'm holding my breath and crossing my fingers because last week, if you guys were with us last week, this decided not to work. And so we'll see if it works the way it's supposed to today. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Maybe I need to close Chrome and redo it, but I'm not going to do that. So what's supposed to happen is if I click Guide Me, it loads this little thing called Sidekick, and it allows you to have the exercise and the sample company open at the same time. I don't know why that's not working. Let me see. Oh, look, start a new tab will open from the step you clicked on. Scribe will open in your side panel. Ooh, let me see what happens if I do that. It worked. All right. So maybe you could duplicate what I just did. I don't know. We'll see. All I did, guys, was I clicked on my little Scribe. Sorry, I can't make this part bigger, but I clicked on my little Scribe icon here. And then it asked me that question, and I said yes. And so now it's working the way it's supposed to. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm just going to drag this a little bigger so you can see it. Unfortunately, I cannot make this side bigger for you guys to see. So hopefully you're following along and you have it on your own screen and you can see. Okay, so let's back up for a minute and remind ourselves what our scenario is in today's exercise. Okay. Craig is looking for a way to easily see profitability reports for his jobs, including costs for employees and overhead. Okay, so QuickBooks Online, I think it starts at Plus, has a feature called Projects. And what you can do is you can assign all income and expenses to a specific project, and then you can compare projects to one another. I'm 100% sure there are free exercises in that list that I showed you earlier. I'm 100% sure that there are exercises in there that walk you through actually setting up a project and assigning income and expenses and even employee time so that you can actually practice doing those things. Okay. So I'm sure that that's there. Okay. That's not the purpose of the exercise today. You can go back and do that. Okay. The exercise today is a conversion. Okay. So the next part of the exercise says, you suggest that he use the project feature and agree to carry out an example conversion for him to follow. Well, what conversion are we talking about? Well, we're talking about here, and I'm going to take actually my screen share off because I just want to talk to you face to face. Okay. So was it last week or the week before? I can't remember. We talked about locations. Okay. And when we talked about locations, I made a very big deal about the fact that there are two types of locations that we have to wrap our head around. You have to have to get this. You have to get this, okay? So when we talked last week or week before, whenever it was, we talked about locations for Craig's business. Okay, so Craig is your client. A client is a person that you do the books for. Okay, you are connected via the accounting version of the software, and you peer into their books and you work on, you do their stuff. You process their bank feeds and reconcile their bank accounts and all that good stuff, okay? So that's a client for you. Now, your client may have multiple locations. So, for example, maybe Craig, his business is really taken off, and so he is going to start a new location across town, okay? So that's locations. Very important, okay? That's locations for your client. Now, Craig's clients are called customers, okay? So the people that Craig provides products and services for, those are called customers. Those are Craig's customers. Not you have clients, Craig has customers. Not to confuse things, but you could also have customers too. Okay. Just get it straight in your head that you have Craig, who is your business owner that you're working for. He could have multiple locations, but then Craig's customers could have multiple locations. So Craig is a landscaper, and he has a contract with, I don't know, we'll say Walmart, okay? So he has a contract with Walmart, but there's multiple Walmarts, right? So you've got to have in the system this Walmart, that Walmart, right? Okay, those are handled with something called sub-customers, okay? Sub-customers. Now, you can assign income and expenses to individual sub-customers, but you don't have these cool profitability reports that you do if they were set up as projects instead of sub-customers, okay? I'm going to show you the object of the lesson today, of this exercise, is how to convert sub-customers to projects. The reason we did that is because sub-customers existed. You can do sub-customers in any level of QBO, okay? But you can only have projects in, I'm pretty sure it starts with plus, okay? So you had a previous version, you were using sub-customers, and now you want to convert to projects, or projects is fairly new. And so maybe, they were using sub-customers and they now want to convert them to projects. So if you're in the advanced course, there's like a whole discussion of why you would want to, like the advantages of sub-customers versus projects. I'm not going to go into all those details there. You have to know that for the advanced test. I'm not going to go into details too much right now, except for one thing that I want to point out. When you have a sub-customer, okay, that sub-customer can have all its own stuff. It can have its own contact name. It can have its own phone number. It can have its own address, all of that stuff, okay? If you have a project, all of that stuff is connected. It's only connected to that one main customer, okay? So you have to think about, if you're tracking projects, if you're tracking income and expenses, you have to think about what, whether you need that level of detail, okay? And before you ask, yes, you can have both sub-customers and projects. So you can have sub-customers that have projects. And I actually had a client that was exactly that situation. So you can do that. But like, this is the number one thing you just have to remember with projects, is that all of that individual address, name, information will, like, if you do this conversion, if you say, okay, I don't want to use sub-customers anymore, I want to convert it to projects, you're going to lose all of that, okay? All right, so let's go back to the actual exercise. Again, I'm not going into detail about all projects and how they work and how cool they are, whatever. There's tons of free exercises in there. If you're in the paid level of the gym, by the way, we have an entire month. There is an entire month. I think it's March or April, that is all about projects. So you have a ton of experience, a ton of opportunity to practice there. And if you aren't in the gym, you want to do the free stuff, there's a ton of there. Okay. So this exercise is just about converting sub-customers to projects. All right, let's get going. I've talked enough. We want to get through this because I know you guys want to get to the giveaway. Have you ever been to, I don't know, some kind of like conference or whatever, and like the last speaker before a break, like last speaker before lunch or whatever, and like they always say, I know that I'm standing between you and your lunch. So anyway, I know I'm standing between you and the giveaway everyone's so excited about. All right. So here we are. So here's the scenario. Okay. So we're going to convert one sub-customer to project. This is basically just so we can show Craig what to do. That's what this exercise is doing. Well, first thing we need to do is turn on projects. I can tell that projects is not turned on right now because if it were turned on, I would see it here in the left navigation bar. You'll see once we turn it on, it becomes its own thing on the left side here. Okay, so what do we have to do? We have to click the gear icon, and then we're going to go to Account and Settings. Then we're going to click the Advanced tab. It just started doing this, guys. I don't know why it suddenly started asking if you need to switch sections without saving. I haven't changed anything. So I don't know why this is new, this extra little thing. If it continues, we'll add it to the exercise, but I don't know. All right. Okay, so we clicked the Advanced tab, and then we're going to click anywhere in the project section to make it editable. Okay, so here's the project section. If you guys are new and you don't know about this, Kelly is saying March is the one that has projects. So thank you, Kelly. This is the March issue of the gym. All right, so for those of you who are new, if you don't know this, in Account and Settings, you'll notice how my cursor, when I hover over things, it kind of turns it gray. So what you have these are all the individual sections, and you have to open the section up in order to edit it. And you can see like there's a little pencil icon here. You don't have to click the pencil, you just have to click anywhere in this section, and notice how it changed color, and now it's editable. So we're going to turn this on right here. Okay, and then we're going to save it. Your screen may refresh after saving, okay, which it just did, and then we're going to click Done. Oh yeah, here's a different place. So in the exercise, it says, for some reason, QBO asks if you want to leave without saving, even though after turning on projects, you've saved it. So this is fixed, but now there's a new problem. This is what you just have to deal with. I'm going to take off this. If you guys are new, like you need to know about the sample company. Like we don't control the sample company. We are not into it. We don't have any control over the sample company. And the sample company, I like to call it a blessing and a curse. It's a huge blessing that it is available to us. But it is also a curse because we don't control it, and so it's glitchy, and there's all sorts of things that go wrong. So if you're in that getting started course, I talk about the sample company, and like one of the things I say is like you just have to get over it. Like you just have to know that this is what we're dealing with. Okay. All right, let's go back. Enough about my speech about the sample company. Okay, so now what we're doing, we have turned on projects, and we now are going to convert a sub-customer to a project, okay? So we're going to find Freeman Sporting Goods in the Customer tab. Oh, and by the way, let me just point out that Oh, look, projects is not on the left navigation bar. I wonder if it didn't save. Let me just refresh the screen here. There it is. Maybe I missed it earlier. So, oh, my head's over it. Wait, hold on. Let me move my head. Okay, right here. Projects. So now this is on the left navigation bar. Okay, but that's not where we're going first. So I always think it's funny that I have to move my head. Okay, so first what we have to do is we're going to go into the customer record. So we're going to go to sales and then customers. Okay, now the reason we're doing this is because when you set up sub-customers, you have an opportunity to bill sub-customers either individually or to bill them with the parent customer. And you can only convert sub-customers that are set to bill with parent. Think about why that might be, right? Because what did I just say in the beginning? Is that you can't have separate billing names, addresses, and all of that for sub-customers. In projects, it's all the same. It's all the parent, okay? So that makes sense, right? If you think about it. So you have to turn it on, make sure that it's set to bill with parent, okay? So for this one, we're going to have to make this adjustment, okay? So we're going to go find the 06 or 0906 Ocean View Road. That's a location of Freeman Sporting Goods right here. So I'm going to click it. Oh, I guess I could have. Yeah, that's what I wanted to. Click it. Okay. And then now, oh, that's new. View transaction details. Oh, again, you can't see it from my head but maybe you have it on your screen. I don't know. That's weird. Okay. So we're going to say edit right here. We want to edit. We want to make sure that it is billing with the parent. Okay. So I'm going to scroll to this section. Okay. So here is where we've marked that it's a sub-customer, and the sub-customer is, the main customer, the parent customer is Freeman Sporting Goods. But right now, it's not set to bill with the parent. That means it can have its own address and stuff, right? So this is why we need to check this box right here, okay? And now we're going to click Save. And once that's set up correctly, now it is eligible to be converted to a project, which is what we want to do. So we're going to go back to our main customer list. And notice what happens is boom, boom, boom. Now that there's an opportunity, it says, whoa, do you want to organize sub-customers as projects? You can convert the first level of sub-customers into their own project. Why does it say first level? If you guys are studying for the test, you should know there are 5 hierarchical levels, okay, including the parent and 4 subs. And so you could have parent and then sub and then sub and then sub, okay? But projects doesn't have, this is another one of the comparison things. Projects, you can't have subs, can't have a sub project. So that's why it's just saying first level, okay? So now I'm going to say, yeah, I want to convert this now. Boom. And now it gives me a list of all of the customers that are eligible. Only this Ocean View Road is eligible because it's the only one that is set to bill with parent. Okay. All right. Check the checkbox next to Ocean View Road and click Convert. Well, it says, oh, only one is selected. Okay. Am I ready to convert? There's no going back. Are we sure we want to do this? Yes. Click Continue. Okay. Woohoo. Now we have a project. Okay. So now I'm going to close this, the sidekick here so you can see the full thing. Okay. So here's the great thing about projects is that you can just at a glance, they have these pre-built things where you can at a glance see the income versus expenses for a particular project. And if you have multiple projects, you can compare them against each other. Okay? All right. I'm seeing so many happy birthday wishes. Oh my gosh, you guys are so awesome. But I don't see any questions. So if you have any questions, now's the time. Okay. All right. So that is project. So once we are done with our exercise, going back here to the exercise of the week is, oh, whoa, what the heck? Okay. So once I have done the exercise, then I want to make sure and check this little box. So for those of you who are in the gym, you have a subscription to the gym, and you have unlocked the exercise of the week, you want to make sure and click the link to open the exercise and click that you did it. Okay, that's how you get credit. Okay, just doing it, the link outside, like what Joel posted, that does not give you Booksmatch credit. You have to do it inside here. Last week, if you recall, there was we had a problem with Experienceify, which hosts this stuff. We had a problem with it. And so our August 9th, if you remember, our August 9th one was a separate course almost. It was a separate training or lesson. So that has been fixed, and we moved it back over here. If you did it last week, you'll notice that it disappeared, and you have this one. Oh, it was just last week we did locations. Okay, so you have this one here, but it won't be checked. You still got credit. You got credit from when we did it before. It's just not checked here. It's just the credit happened underneath. So just check that again. And then today, just check that. Okay. All right. The other thing that we do with the gym is you get marketing prompts to help you market your business. But I'm not going to talk about the marketing prompt right now because we're going to do our giveaway first, and then you'll see why I'm going to be talking about this later. Okay, so let me go to questions in the chat. Patricia is asking, oh man, what's happening here? There we go. Patricia is asking, how do I get added to Booksmatch? Okay, Booksmatch is everybody that has any course of ours has Booksmatch. It is just the dashboard where you access your courses. Okay, if you have an active subscription to the gym, then that's when you get all the statistics on your Booksmatch dashboard. The way that you get that is simply by being an active subscriber of the gym. Okay, and that's a paid subscription. Joel has put a link in the chat for our 5-day challenge so that you can get a sample. You can go into the gym, see what it's like, and if you want to sign up for the gym. Okay, and then that's how you would unlock Booksmatch. Okay. All right. Lori said, can the project be converted back to a sub-customer? No, it cannot. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It is, it's a forever decision. Could you potentially create a sub-customer and then individually, manually move all of those transactions back to it? Yeah. I know that in the past we have seen people try to do that kind of thing, and it what am I trying to say? Try to do that kind of thing and it didn't work, but I think that might have been a glitch. I think that you can do that. Okay. Shall we talk about birthday wishes? Shall we talk about birthday wishes? Is everyone on that edge of their seat wanting to hear all about like what is happening? Okay, so for those of you who are new, and I took it out of the featured section, so I don't even know if we can see it anymore. Anyway, I posted on Monday. Where did it go? Let me see. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. On Monday. Okay, so today is my birthday. Woohoo! Who can guess how old I am? I won't be offended, I promise. So all right. So last year on my birthday, I randomly, this was not 25, 29. Ooh, Dale said 55. Very close. Yeah, I am 56 years old today. So last year, I turned 55, which is the first, that's the first level of senior citizen. Like that's the year that you can order off the senior citizens menu at Denny's, right? So anyway, so yeah. So last year, this was not pre-planned at all. It was just completely random. It was my birthday. I just hopped on and I was like, I said, today is my birthday, and instead of making wishes, I'm granting them. Like, what could I do for you, or something like. Some of you guys were here around last year when I did that, and I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with all of the, wishes and requests, and oh my gosh, it was so fun. It was so fun. You've heard me say I felt like Oprah. I was like, and I'm giving away this, and I'm giving away that, and I'm gonna and so I decided that it's gonna be a birthday tradition. And so anyway, so this year I had a little bit more thought, behind it, but still my system is not quite in place. I turned off the wishes yesterday at noon Eastern, and thinking that I would have 24 hours to read through everybody's and pray over. Some of you know I'm a faith-based person, and I'm going to pray over everybody and decide what I'm going to do. And anyway, and I didn't have time to go through everything. So this is going to be a little bit of a two-parter, or actually kind of three-parter. I'm going to go over some things today, and I'm going to go over some things today on the live stream right now. I'm going to go over some things later that are just going to be posted in the group. And then there's going to be a third phase that happens, and I'll explain in a second, a third phase that happens next week. Okay. Somebody asked me about my nail color. It's so interesting because I have never gotten as many comments on my nails as I have on this particular shade. I have no idea. Whoever asked, I don't know what shade it is. It's a mixture of two, because the one I picked didn't have sparkles in it, and my nail tech was like, oh, well, we can add this other one, combine these two together. So I have two together. Okay. All right. So, so here is, so I posted, many of you guys know, I posted this in Facebook. Okay. And I said, this Friday is my birthday. So now today, Like last year, I'm granting wishes rather than making them. Watch the video linked in the comments and think about where you are headed in your life and in your business. Many of you watched the video that I made from last year because I was so overwhelmed with all of the birthday wishes. I didn't know who to pick or how to pick them. And I was like, I'm going to pick the people who are clearly working hard already, right? I'm going to reward the people who are taking action. And so I recorded that video last year, and I re-released it on Monday. Wanted you guys to watch it, and it was shocking to me. So in the video, I described 3 types of people. The people who have a goal and just everyone encourages them, gives them everything. They have everything they need to achieve that goal. Another person who had a goal and just watched YouTube videos, talked about their goal all the time, but never actually took action toward their goal. And then the third person, who we called Sam, and Sam had the same goal, had all of these obstacles, and worked hard to overcome those obstacles and didn't let anybody stop them. So I wanted to know, who is the Sam? And I had so many of you say, oh, that's me, I'm Sam. And then in the same breath, tell me your excuses. I was like, this is interesting. Anyway, so then I asked these 4 questions, and I have to credit Joel for these 4 questions because I don't know where he got them, but he got them and told me about them. I was like, oh my gosh, these are brilliant. We were still dating and he was telling me about these 4 questions. So 1 is, what is your goal? Number 2 is, what is your plan to achieve that goal? Number 3, what obstacle is keeping you from executing that plan? And number 4, if you had one wish that I could grant to remove that obstacle, what would it be? Okay? So I asked you to be very specific and very measurable. Okay? Only one wish. You could only do one wish. This was another thing that I learned from last year is like people are like, oh, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this. And it had to be one wish, it had to be specific and measurable, okay? And it had to be something that I could do. It was shocking to me how many of you could not follow these directions. I went through and we have totaled up the number of people that requested, that put in wishes, and I believe it was 132. Okay, 132 people responded and gave wishes. Of those, let me see, 17 of you were disqualified because you didn't follow those directions. Some of you, it's because, and I don't want to call out your names because I don't want to, throw you under the bus. If maybe I'll write an email to you later and tell you, because we had people say, we had a lot of people give 2 wishes. We had a lot of people that were not specific. And so I asked questions to try and get you to be more specific, and many of you just didn't answer, or you answered, but then you still weren't specific. And I was like, well, how could I do that? Like, how could I give you the thing? So, anyway, 17 people disqualified. Okay. Of the people that, so right off the bat, there were people who, there were, right off the bat, there were people like who are just not going to be considered. Okay. So of the people that were, that followed the directions, that named one thing, that they were specific and measurable, there's a lot of you that I looked in your account and I didn't see the behavior of a Sam. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to go through these things. Before we get to that, I have said before, and I'm going to tell you this again, that, I asked you to be specific and measurable. And this is a I don't know, it's kind of like a trick in life, right? You've heard me tell this story again, but I'm going to say it again because I need you to remember this, okay? If you go into a restaurant and you walk in and you say, "I'm hungry, give me something to eat," what is the wait staff going to do? They're like, I don't know what to give you. Like, maybe they'll come and, okay, well, I don't know what to do, so I guess I'll just bring you a sandwich. And you say, "Oh, I don't want a sandwich. I want some soup." And they're like, okay. So they bring you some tomato soup. And you're like, "Oh, I don't want tomato soup. I want chicken noodle soup." And they're like, "Oh, okay." So they bring you chicken noodle soup. Like, how much aggravation and how much easier would it be if you just walked in and said, "Can I have a bowl of chicken noodle soup, please?" Boom. Then you would get your chicken noodle soup. It is so much easier for the universe or God or like whoever, like however you want to phrase it, like other people, including me, the fairy godmother today, like it's so much easier to grant wishes when you are very specific. Okay. The more specific you are, the easier it is for the universe, God, whatever, like whatever's bringing you that, the easier it is for you to get exactly what you want. Okay. So I'm going to go over first a couple of people who asked for some very specific things. Okay. Trish Lee. I don't know if I have no way of knowing. Oh, Lee. Oh, Trish is there. Okay. So Trish Lee says, "My wish, though, would have to be an ITQB tutor coach to sit down with me one-to-one to work through all the available technology, to come up with a plan." Sorry, my screen is just not big enough here. I'm scrolling, I can't read. "To come up with a plan to do a construction company's books for a full month cycle, including payroll, in 20 hours or less in QuickBooks." That is a beautiful, very specific thing. Now, it's not a thing that I know anything about or could help you out, okay? But Corey does bookkeeping for construction, and she learned everything she knows from a woman named Penny Lane. I think that's actually her name, Penny Lane, at jobcosting.com. Okay, so Penny has a program. The thing that Corey says about the construction program is that really QB Desktop is like, and I've heard Hector say this before because I know he has a lot of construction clients, that QuickBooks Online just really isn't there yet. Like, there's so many things that you have to bear in mind and keep track of to make to handle bookkeeping for construction. Okay, so Penny does have 3 things. She has a desktop course, which Corey highly recommends. It's about $300. She has a QuickBooks Online course, but I don't think that it is as comprehensive as the desktop simply because you can't do that many. And she also has one-on-one coaching. So, Trish, I am going to give you $250 to apply toward whichever program of Penny's you feel like is going to help you the best. Okay, so if you want to sign up for one-on-one coaching with her, I don't know how much it costs. I don't know how much $250 is going to get you, but you could use it for that, or you could apply it to one of those courses. Okay, all right. Congratulations. God, I'm tearing up. It's just my first one. I'm already tearing up. Okay. Next one. Lisa Larson, lawyer. Is Lisa here? I don't know if Lisa's on. Okay. Lisa Larson, lawyer, said, my one wish would be to get a copy of a cheat sheet, quick notes, that serves as a reference for double duty, that should be positive and what should be negative when. I know QBO does some kind of that for me, but not always for every situation. I'm making notes as I come across those situations, but that method feels prone to gaps. Thanks for your questions, which lead me to realize my biggest obstacle, or my biggest mental obstacles. Knowing the problem is half the solution. Okay, Lisa. I don't know, she hasn't chimed in the chat, so maybe. Okay, so Kate Johnson of Bookkeeping Side Hustle sells mouse pads that are exactly what you just described. Okay, so there are, oh, Lisa, woohoo. So, Kate sells mouse pads that are exactly what you just described. There's a black one and a white one. So you can go to or you can just tell me, you can go to bookkeepingsidehustle.com, click on shop, and you'll see those, and we will buy whichever one of your choice. I like the black one, but I didn't want to make that decision for you. So we will, so we're going to buy you one of those mouse pads, and you just tell us which one, and we'll need to get your address so that we can have it mailed directly to you. Okay. Let's see, who else? Okay. Renee asked for a contact in the medical marijuana industry. Now, I don't know anybody in that industry. Oh, she said black. Okay. Let me go back to your record. I don't know anybody in that industry. So I had recommended contacting the folks at Dope CFO. And then Renee, you had said that you weren't sure it's a fit for you. So I don't know if you mean about the reviews. I have heard kind of mixed reviews about their program. But that's the only thing that I can offer. That's the only suggestion that I can offer, is because I don't know of anybody else out there that does that. If you do, if anybody listening to this recording, has some kind of connections, then we would love to put Renee in charge of them. Okay, Jessica Sacramento Alvarez said, my wish is for some sort of office hours or phone a bookkeeper type friend offering subscription where we could dive deeper into specific scenarios. So, Jessica, I did not have a chance to look up your record, but we have as a perk of the gym, is if you are basic certified and have earned 100 points in the gym, then you qualify for consults with Andy Celine. I don't know if you guys know Andy, he's amazing. He just has such an incredible like tactical mind, and he's so good at like understanding like the big picture and the fine details, and he is really helpful. So if you, I haven't looked, but if you are basic certified and, oh, there's Jessica. If you are basic certified and have earned 100 points in the QBO gym, which is, it's like you've done about 2 months worth, I think, then you can purchase some time with Andy. So what we're going to do is we're going to pay for 1 session for you with Andy. So whenever you need that, then just basically let us know. So you'll go ahead and book it, and then he'll bill us instead of you for the time. Okay. I told you guys to get a snack because this is going to be a super long, this is going to be such a long live stream. I'm only on my first tab here, guys. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Tracy Fannin. Tracy said, I asked for this wish last year, but I think I was asking for too much. I'm going to try and tone it down. My wish is to be able to talk to an established bookkeeper in the San Francisco Bay Area with their own bookkeeping business and their experience in running the business and get tips on starting my business. Okay. So last year, I said to you, gosh, I do not know anybody in the San Francisco area, and I said, okay, we're just going to put it out into the universe and see what happens. And I didn't know anybody. This year, I do know somebody. So I have reached out to them. It's actually a network of accountants and bookkeepers in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I have started talking to them about you to see if we can get you scheduled with a person out there. So that is in the works. Okay. Let's see. Who else? Okay. Now we have a couple of ones here that all right, we have a couple of ones here. This one, actually, let me put this person elsewhere. This is not in the right list. Okay. Okay. We have some wishes for things that are actually in the works. And I am not at liberty quite yet to talk about them. But I'll just name out some people, things that you asked for, that I think our future offerings are going to be what you're looking for. So Sam Palumbo, Pam Lear, Tammy Harless, Carmen Perea, Kelly Kaufman Phillips. Yeah. Okay. So those, I'll just say those names again. Sam Palumbo, Pam Lear, Tammy Harless, Carmen Pereira, Kelly Kaufman Phillips. Okay. Yeah. All right. So your wishes, we have some stuff happening at the end of this year, maybe at the beginning of next year, maybe. We have stuff in the works that I can't announce, but is probably going to be what you are looking for. So, all right, I'm sorry to be so vague, but I have to be. Okay. All right, I have 3 people. All right. Sandra Church. Sandra Church, I need to talk to. And I couldn't, the thing had closed before I saw your wish. So I am going to email you and get some more details on what it is that you're looking for and see how we can make that happen. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now, that's all of the like kind of individual like special things. Well, some of them. Some of the well, anyway, I have so much to talk to you. You guys have a snack, right? Do you need a potty break? Because there's so much to talk to you about. Okay, so let's talk about the people that asked for the basic level course. First one is Veronica Calvillo. Said, my wish is to get QBO certified within the next 30 days. I see, Veronica, that you are about 83% through getting started, which means that you are taking action. And so we are going to give you the basic certification course, and we expect you to finish it by August 31st. It takes about 5 hours to get through the course material. There's no way that you don't have 5 hours between now and October 31st. Okay? So we are going to give you the basic level certification course, and we expect you to be certified by October 31st. And yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Next is Sharito Lewis. Sharito also asked for the certifications. But Sharito, you have done 0. There's 0 progress on your Getting Started course. So get your Getting Started course done and then come and talk to me. Okay? I want to see you taking action. All right. Tiffany Perino Resto said, my wish is to purchase this program to pass my Pro Advisor exam to gain clients. Well, Tiffany, and I think I saw you in the chat. Didn't I see you in the chat? Anyway, Tiffany, I looked you up and you already have the basic course. So I don't know what you're saying here, because you already have it. Okay, next up, Carol Plone. Carol is kicking butt. 83% done in the Getting Started course and has been working in the gym. Oh, Tiffany, good. I see that you're here. I don't know what you said that you wanted to purchase a program, but you did purchase a program. So, oh, I purchased it after I asked for it. All right. Well, all right. So Carol, going back to Carol, you are kicking butt, and you're kicking butt in the getting started and in the gym. So we are going to give you the same thing as who was in the beginning? Veronica. We're going to give you the basic certification course, and we expect you to finish it by August 31st. Otherwise, it's going to get snatched. Okay. All right. And that's it. Those are all the people that asked for basic. All right. Now, let's take a look at the people who are asked for the advanced course. All right. Ariana Mendoza, you asked for the Advanced Pro Advisor, but I don't see that you have basics. I don't see that you have basic. So let us know if you have it. Send us proof, and we'll add you to the next round, which I'll tell you about in just a minute. There's going to be a next round. Okay. So we don't have, yeah. Gracie Alcid also asked for advanced, but Gracie, according to my records, you're only 11% through your basic, and you haven't touched it since June 24th. That does not sound like a Sam to me. So, guys, the basic certification takes about 5 hours. You can do it in a weekend, easy. You could do it in one day, but you could also just do it over the course of 2 days. It's not hard. We make it fast and easy. We're called fast and easy for a reason. So if you really were a Sam got up at 4 o'clock in the morning because he or she knew that the streets weren't going to be, that there weren't going to be cars and they could run in the streets. Okay. What are you, what are you doing? You've been holding on to basic all this time, haven't touched it, only at 11%. Okay. So, if you get it done, what we're going to do is, and I've got a bunch of people, I've got a bunch of people in this situation. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to hold a drawing next week. Okay. If you have the basic and you have not finished it, but you wished for an advanced, if you do it by this time next week, get your advanced cert, then we'll put you in a drawing next week for advanced. Okay? So finish by August. What's next week? Quick. We're all math people. What is 16 plus 7? Okay, the 23rd. So you have until August 23rd to get your basic done. Dorada, you're in the same boat, but you're at least at 75%. Finish by August 23rd, and we'll put you in a drawing. Thanks for all the people doing the math. Thanks. So we're going to put you in the drawing too. Finish by August 23rd, and we're going to put you in a drawing. Same with Jonathan Everett. 79% done with basic. Okay? So finish by August 23rd. We will put you in a drawing. All right. Tatiana Brouillard. Are you here? I don't know. Tatiana is kicking butt and taking names. And so, Tatiana, you just got an advanced course. Jonathan, send us proof, because your record, you have to go into your account and mark that you have your basic cert and let us know. It's not currently in your account, so something's happened. All right. Pat Amos Ajayi. also asked for advanced certification course and has not touched the basic course. So do it by August 23rd. We'll put your name in a drawing. Billy Hornman, another person who has kicked butt, gone to basic, or gone through the basic, kicked butt, and is ready for advanced. So you just won an advanced course. Okay. Nader. Oh, I meant to do these two first. I forgot. Nader Hatim was very specific. I love this so much. 75% off coupon for the advanced course. Done. And Margaret is also. Margaret Coleman was very specific. She wanted to take the advanced course for $15. Done. Margaret Coleman, by the way, another one that's kicking butt and taking names. So, yes, Nader and Margaret, you guys just got yours. Okay. Dix Her. I remember that your name is significantly, like your actual name is different. I don't remember what your progress is. Hold on. Hold on. I know, everyone's on the edge of their seat. Okay. So you have to go in the basic course. So people are asking, like, how do you have to, like, you have to mark your account. That is in the course itself. So we always ask you in the course, we always ask you to report your results. So when you go into your course, click course map up at the top, scroll to the bottom, and there's like a big thing there that says report your results. So if you report your results, and we know that that's how we know that you have your basic level certification. If you came to us without your certification, it's like if you came to us and you had already been certified and you just like came because you got your basic on your own, but now you needed help with advanced, or you just wanted to practice in the gym or whatever, then for that you just need to let us know, and then we'll mark it in your account. Okay. Yep. Okay. I have to find Dick's. One second. Oh yeah, Dion. Yep. Okay, you qualify. What did I do with my, okay. Yep. Dix or Dion or Diani, whatever, I don't know what your actual name is. You just got an advanced also. Okay. Vincent Charleston, you qualified for an advanced. Okay. Jenica Taylor. I have no record of you doing anything. So is Jenica, I don't think Jenica's on here. Okay. So, Jenica, we don't have any So if you're one of those people who came to us already having basic certified, then just, prove it, send us your certificate or a snapshot of Jenica. Okay. So if you came to us already, we don't have any record that you have done anything with us. If I couldn't find your account, if you came to us already basic certified, like I don't have any record. So, you said says, I currently hold Pro Advisor Cert, payroll, and all this stuff, but I don't have a record of it. Yeah, send me your basic cert. Okay. Sending. Okay. And last up is Claire Shine. Okay. Claire also qualified to get an advanced. So I just gave away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 advanced courses, and my business partner is going to kill me. No, he knows that I'm like Oprah on my birthday, so it's all good. It's all good. But still, okay. Alrighty. Yes, Jenica. support@fastandeasyqbo.com. Okay. All right. So that is basic and advanced. So for payroll, we had a bunch of people, and I did not get through the list for payroll. Oh, I need to say though that for the people that I just gave advanced to, you have to finish the advanced. You have to finish the advanced. I have to give a deadline. You can't hold on to the course forever. I'm only giving this to Sam's, right? I think you could easily do it in 2 weeks, but I will give you until September 30th. That's 6 weeks. That is plenty of time. If you don't do it by then, if you don't get certified by then, we're going to take it away, and you're going to have to pay for it in the future. We're going to mark to make sure that you did it. Okay? We only want Sam's. Okay. Pat says that, let's see, where are you on my list, Pat? Yeah, do you have, yeah, we don't have a record of you. So what I said was that we would put you in the drawing for next week. I mean, if you think our records are wrong or like whatever, then write to support. But yeah, I'm just going by what is currently in our records. Okay. All right. Next up is, okay, so that's advanced, and that's as far as I got as for the courses. So let me tell you, so what I'm going to do for, I'm going to do some things for the rest of the courses, but then there are people that did not ask for courses. And so I'm going to address those here. But first, let me just talk about the people that asked for. So we had some people who asked for all of the courses. I want all of the courses. guys, prove to me that you're a Sam. Prove to me that you're a Sam. Do one course and prove to me that you're going to do it. Okay? So I will write to you guys individually. There are 3 of you that said that. And I haven't looked at your accounts yet. So I'm going to look into your account and I'm going to see, are you a Sam? Like, do you actually deserve this? I don't know. Like, I'm only giving this stuff to people who are actually taking action and working. Okay? So the payroll, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm looking to see who has done the work. You have to be basic certified already. Do we have a record of, like, do we have a record of you? So I will write to you. Some of you will get the payroll. Some of you will have requirements in order for you to get the payroll. Some of you will be entered in a drawing next week. So we're going to have a drawing for advanced. And I want to know, guys, I want to know that you're kicking butt. I think I said this yesterday that sometimes I feel like I want this for you more than you want it for you, right? It's like, I want to know that you are taking the steps and taking action and doing whatever it takes. Okay? If you are doing that, I'm going to do whatever I'm going to link arms with you and run with you and help move obstacles out of the way. But if you're not, if you're just sitting there and saying, oh, well, I can't do such and such because I have all these excuses, I can't do anything for you. Like, I'm only helping Sams. Okay, so payroll, that's what we're going to do. Cleanup is a little bit of a different situation. Oh, I will say, by the way, there's one person in here for payroll, Lynn Schwab. Lynn Schwab said, again, the more specific you are, my wish for the payroll course for $25 if it's completed this within a month. Done. Okay, you've got it for $25. We expect you to do it within a month. Okay, so that's the only payroll one I'm going to announce right now. Let's see. I think all the others were just general payroll. Okay. All right. We had some people who had already paid for courses and were asking for refunds. Same thing. I'm going to look at your account. I'm going to see what you've done already, and I'm going to see if you're a Sam. Oh, let me go back to cleanup. So the majority of wishes were for cleanup. We had 26 people ask for payroll outright. Okay? We had 26 people ask for cleanup, ask for cleanup outright. I mean, this is exciting because because it means that you see the value of cleanup, and that's what Corey and I spend time doing, is helping you realize how valuable cleanup is. But I'm in a little bit of a tricky spot because cleanup is Corey's course, not my course. And so I don't have the ability to just give it away for free willy-nilly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and see who qualifies, and then we're going to do a drawing of, and Corey agreed to have a one name your price for cleanup. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to see who qualifies, I'm going to let you know, and we're going to do a drawing for a name your price cleanup. There were a couple of special cases. Sue Sabol, I think I saw you on here, asked for pricing help. So Sue, that's what the cleanup course is. The cleanup course is all about, not all about, but a significant portion of it is about pricing your services. So I just put you in the pool there. So I'm going to look at your account and see. We had one, Henny, asked for a payment plan. Let me see what it says here. You asked for a payment plan for cleanup. Let me see. My wish is to have the opportunity to pay for that course in installments. So we responded to you, Henny, in the group. Both Corey and I did. Installments are already available. So I don't know what is it that you need beyond that. We didn't hear back from you, so I probably should disqualify you. But I'm willing to have a conversation if you tell me what it is that you want. Okay. And then the other thing, Ashley Bolden, are you on the call? I don't know if Ashley's with us today. So Ashley made an interesting ask, and I love the interesting and very specific ones. And Ashley asked, it's too long for me to read. Oh, yeah. Oh, good. So it's too long for me to read here, but she asked for just Module 1 of Cleanup. And Module 1 is where you learn how to do the diagnostic review. I thought that was an interesting ask, and Corey has given me permission to do that. So I am going to... So it's a little bit of a technology hurdle for us, but Corey was like, I don't know. I don't know how to do it, but if you know how to do it. So I'm going to set that up for you, Ashley. Okay. So the rest of you that asked for cleanup, I'm going to see who qualifies to be in the drawing, and then we're going to have a drawing. I know you guys are super, super anxious, so I will probably do that, the drawing today, and I will, film it. Maybe just do an unscheduled live or something like that. Okay. Kathleen is asking, Kathleen Morgan says, I passed basic and advanced. How can I check that you can verify my certifications? I don't think that you can see it in your account, but you can email us, support@fastandeasyqbo.com, and we can look in your account and make sure that we have it. Okay, so that's the situation with cleanup. I'm going to hop to this next group. We had 5 people specifically ask for confidence. And in fact, I think Mark was the very first person to comment at all on on the birthday post. And that was the first thing he said was I wish for confidence. And I pushed him, and I'm like, okay, well, how is confidence specific and measurable? How do you know that you have confidence? I was thinking about this. I am not watching the Olympics at all, or have not watched the Olympics at all, but I was thinking about this the other day. Once I started reading these, I was like, okay, how do you have confidence that you can do the uneven parallel bars? How do you know? How do you know that you have confidence to do a vault? How do you know that you have confidence to ride a horse, right? The only way that you develop confidence is to do it. You have to have courage. You have to have courage to push through and actually do it. And that's how you confidence is developed. It's not just it's not just sorry, I got distracted by questions there. Confidence, you don't just like have it. Like you're not just born with it. Like you have to like work toward it and just keep doing it. Felicia says, just dive in. Yes, you have to do it. And then you develop confidence. Confidence is developed and earned. It's not just given to you. Okay. Now, all of that said, there are a number. So I have these Mark Lubell, Jackie Walker, Kelly Foster, Julie Sales, Longbayan Dodon, and Genoa Gonzalez all specifically asked for confidence. And Kristen Ray mentioned confidence. She asked for advanced, but she mentioned confidence. And this just was a recurring theme. And so we have a very special thing that we're going to be doing for you. Okay. So mark your calendars. You'll hear more about this. Mark your calendars for September 10th from 2 to 4 p.m. Because we're going to have a very special confidence boosting, what did I call it? Confidence booster workshop, confidence kicker, or I can't remember. I came up with some clever name for it. But as you know, I've talked about Bold House before when I talk about the 3-2-1 method that came from Bold House. This is an organization that I'm in one of their programs. What now? What? Ashley, it's your birthday. So Bold House. So I'm in a year-long cohort program right now to help teach us how to work with large organizations. Okay, so it's not a program like Bold House is amazing, but it's not a program that I'm recommending for you guys because you guys are going after a different audience. Okay. But one of the things that in this program that I'm in is we all have assigned, they work with a team, a couple that provide mindset coaching. So I have an assigned mindset coach, and we have retreats. There's 4 retreats during the year. And in the last retreat that we had this summer, our mindset coaches taught us how can I describe it? Taught us an exercise that you can do prior to doing something scary that gets your juices flowing and gets the feeling, the ugly feeling of scariness out of your body. So they are the founders of a thing called Somatic Coaching Academy, which you can look up, but it's not going to help you understand what they do because what they do is teach other people how to do somatic coaching. Somatic coaching means physical, in your body. So it's not about, when we say mindset, it's not just about talking and how to shift your mind. What they say, which I thought was super, super powerful at our last retreat, is Brian said, he said, we all know that a lot of us understand that our emotions, or that our thoughts come from our emotions. But what we don't understand is that our emotions come from what we're feeling in our body. We feel some kind of discomfort. When you are scared or overwhelmed or stressed, you feel that somewhere in your body. We all feel it, okay? So we feel it somewhere in our body. And we can spend all day talking about, in our minds, oh, I wish I had more confidence. I wish I had more courage or whatever. But if we don't address the feeling inside of our body, then we're going to stagnate. We're not going to be able to move forward, okay? So I have paid for this, guys. I have paid for Brian Traskos, who, again, he's a somatic coach, former, I think, is he the one? I think one of them is a former occupational therapist and one of them is a former physical therapist. And I can't remember which is which, but they are going to do a workshop, a 2-hour workshop for us, for our group specifically, to help you, to teach you these exercises, to teach you like the concept and to teach you the exercise. Specifically this, I'd ask them to do this one very specific series of motions that you do, like that they taught us at the retreat, so that you have this toolkit. So like when it's time for you to get on the phone or like reach out there or do whatever, you can like do this series of exercises that like works all of the stuff inside your body and fills you with like confidence and fills you with like a feeling that you can take on the world, because it all starts with what's inside your body. Okay, so Mark Lubel, Jackie Walker, Kelly Foster, Julie Sales, Langbayan Odon, Genoa Gonzalez, and Kristen Ray are going to get to be part of this Zoom call for free. And I'm going to open it up to anyone else in the community that wants to join this special Zoom call. And it's going to be like $20. Like, I want you to pay for it so that you value it. Okay. This is the thing about, valuing, or that like, this is the thing about money, is that you value what you pay for. Right. So I want you to take it seriously and actually show up and do it. So I'm not going to make it free, but I'm going to make it a nominal fee so that everybody can, give up a couple cups of coffee, and make sure that you can come. Anybody who registers, even if you can't make it, because it is going to be during the day, September 10th from 2 to 4 p.m., everybody who registers in advance, pays for it, etc., will get the replay. So you'll get a copy of it. And if they have any handouts, they might have handouts for you. So you'll get all of that so you can watch it over and over again, so you can do it, or whatever. But we're only going to be doing it this one time. Okay. So, I don't know. I mean, like if it's super successful and you guys love it and you want to incorporate them in our program somehow, like that could eventually happen. But for right now, to address this, like I have already contracted with them, like this is my birthday gift to you, is those 6 people that I just mentioned get to come for free. Everybody else, it's going to be like $20. I don't, it's around there, like, and then you can register and you can come and learn this exercise to be able to develop your confidence. Okay. All right. Then last group, and I saved kind of the best for last, although I know you guys are super excited about, cleanup. Again, remember, it's not my course to give away. So I have to go through the list. And somebody asked me, like, what are the qualifications? Well, one of the qualifications is that you have to be basic certified and you have to be, well on your way to being advanced certified. That's going to be a given, because we can't have the cleanup. I mean, that's part of the cleanup course, is an advanced course. So, and then I have to look at the list. I have to see where you are. I have to pray about it. And then I'll let you know. And I'll let you know today, because I know everyone's excited about it. Okay. All right. Then the last topic that I wanted to talk about is the number of people I had. Let's see. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. I'm losing count. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 people who specifically asked for clients. I shouldn't laugh. I don't mean to laugh because I know that all of you, like, you really want to do this job. You really want clients. The reason that sound came out of me is because I read that and I'm like, how on earth could I give you clients? Like, I'm not going to just hand you clients. How is, so many, like, I have one person that said, I get 6 clients. I want to get 6 clients. My wish is to get 1 client. My wish is to have a list 5 clients. Like, how can I make that? How can I make that wish happen? So we had, how many did I just say? Whatever that number was, I just said. I can't remember. What did I say? 13? Is that right? Let's see. 17 through 13 people. So 13 people asked for clients. And related to that, I had 2 people. So in addition to that 13, I had 2 people specifically ask for marketing help. So if you kind of lump that in, that's 15. And then 3 of you asked for some kind of like accountability. Tamala said a checklist. I wish somebody would remind me. It's okay. So we've got 13 people who specifically want clients, 2 people who specifically want help with marketing, which ultimately is clients. And then I have 3 more people who want accountability, which I'm guessing is accountability to do the things that you need to do to get clients. Okay. All right. So my first thought is, I can't give you clients, okay? I can't give you clients. But what I can do is hold your feet to the fire to do the things that you know you need to do in order to get clients, okay? So I teach the 3-2-1 method. That's the only method I teach for marketing. There is no way that if you actually did 3-2-1, if you actually did it the way you're supposed to do it, there is no way that it would not work for you. I can't imagine that it's not. I can't imagine that it's not going to work for you. So, but as some people were saying, oh, I talked to people or I did the 3-2-1, but you clearly weren't doing it correctly. Okay. So here is what we're going to do. We are going to, for the month of September, this is going to start September 2nd through September 30th. We are going to have a kick butt, get clients cohort, accountability cohort. I got to come up with a clever name for it. Okay. But this is going to be, anybody who wants to participate in this, it's going to be a daily, hold your feet to the fire, make sure that you're doing exactly what you need to be doing, and that you are actually taking action, okay? And we're going to do this for 30 days. And it's going to cost some small amount of money. That workshop, the confidence workshop is going to be like $20. This is maybe going to be like $50. I don't know, maybe $69. I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be like some amount of money that is large enough for you to feel it and small enough that everyone can participate, okay? If you participate and do all of the things that you are supposed to do, and you do not land a diagnostic review, okay, then and if you don't, so the goal is to get a diagnostic review. I cannot help you once you, like, if you cannot close a deal, like, I can't help you. Like, this is what Corey teaches in the cleanup course. Those of you who are in the cleanup course, you have a little bit of a leg up because you know how to do a diagnostic review. But we're going to land you a diagnostic review, an opportunity for you to present your services to a person, okay? If you do all of that work, and you do not land a diagnostic review, remember the 3-2-1 method? I'm going to go over it again here in just a minute, okay? 3-2-1, 3 times a day, reach out to people. 2 times, the goal is to get 2 actual connections, and then the goal is to have 1 diagnostic review, okay? So if you do all of the things and you don't get a diagnostic review out of it at the end, or at some point in the month, then we're going to give you your money back, okay? So this is a kick butt, get clients cohort, okay? Which leads me to the final wish that I wanted to mention, and that is, many of you know Lindsay Key. She has been in our community for a long time. She kicks butt. She's amazing. And her wish was that she would work for us, work for me and Fast and Easy QBO. And so she and I talked this morning, and I said, hey, I have a great idea. I have a great project for you to work on. And so she is going to manage this cohort for the month of September. It's going to start on September 2nd. There's going to be a kickoff, like Zoom call or live stream or something, where we're going to lay out the program. Oh, Lindsay's still here. Where we're going to lay out the program. She and I are going to work over the next couple of weeks to make sure that it's, worked out. We're going to have a kickoff on September 2nd. And then you guys are going to do the things, and you're going to be accountable. You're going to do it every single day, 5 days a week, until the end of the month. Okay. And I cannot wait. I cannot imagine that with all of this activity out in the universe, that you guys don't actually end up with, results. I mean, if you did it for 90 days, I can't imagine that you would not get a client. Like, how could you do this? Well, we're going to teach you for 30 days. If you did it for 90 days, I can't imagine that you wouldn't get a client. But the thing is that you have to, I guess the thing is that I see so many people just not connecting the dots on like how they're supposed to be, like how to hustle, how to and this, for those of you who want your own business, I'm sorry, but this is part of the job. Like, you can't just do the bookkeeping and think that, life is going to, that all this business is going to come to you. Will you eventually get there? Maybe after you've done it for a while and you've established a name for yourself, and maybe you'll have eventually more work, coming in. But when you're just getting started, it's like pushing a car, right? Like getting started, that pushing of the car is super hard, right? It's super hard. You have to put in the effort. You have to put in the work. And then eventually it's so much easier, right? Because then the car keeps rolling, and then it's a matter of just keeping the momentum, right? Just keeping it, pushing it ever so often to make sure that it doesn't slow down. And some people, get to that point, but you still have to do that. Corey has a very successful 6-figure business, and she is still out there marketing. That's what we do. Okay. All right. So more details on that to come. Speaking of the 3-2-1 method, I'm going to go back to our exercise of the week. and talk about the marketing prompt. Then I'm going to go over how we use this using the 3-2-1 method. So those of you who are new and have hung out now for 2 hours with me, so kind of know like what we're talking about so that you know what you are getting into. Okay. All right. So let me go back to, so when you are in the gym, okay, as you're in the regular gym, you earn marketing prompts. The reason that we have these is because people say to us, oh, I know I'm supposed to be marketing on social media, but I don't know what to say. I just heard that so many times. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So now as you're going through the gym, you actually earn marketing prompts, and every exercise of the week also has a marketing prompt. Okay. And here is how we use it. We use it using the 3-2-1 method, which I mentioned is from Bold House. I use it with their permission, and this is how it works. If you decide you want to be in the cohort, this is exactly what you will be doing. Okay, so you will 3 times per day be reaching out directly to specific people, whether that's email, text, DM, phone call, whatever is most comfortable for you. 3 individuals per day, you're going to reach out to them and say, hey, guess what? I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Who do you know I could connect with? Okay? That's all it is. We're going to focus on the fact that you are a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, and the entire purpose of this step is for you to grow your network, okay? The chances of you getting a client by somebody that you already know is very slim, okay? The chances that you're getting a client that you don't know and they're just going to randomly become your client is also slim. The higher likelihood is that you're going to have some kind of an introduction somewhere, okay? So you're asking these people, your friends, your family, your coworkers, people you meet in the community, like whatever, you are not asking them for referrals. And this is, oh gosh, guys, this is a thing that people have a hard time wrapping their head around, is that you're not selling your bookkeeping services, and you are not asking them to refer you as a bookkeeper. They don't know if you're a good bookkeeper or not. They can't make that in good conscience referral. Somebody posted that somebody that I was talking to on the chat or in the Wish post said, "Oh yeah, I gave my business cards to somebody and asked them to pass them out." Well, why would they do that? They don't know you, they don't trust you. So basically, you're asking for people that you want to be able to just connect with people. You just want an introduction. You don't want to become their bookkeeper. You just are trying to grow your network of people who are potential clients. So the goal of all of this is you're going to do this 3 times a day, which means 15 reach outs per week, okay? And hopefully your goal from those 15 reach outs is to 2 times per week connect to a potential client. Again, the people you're talking to in the first step are probably not potential clients. You're asking for introductions. That's all it is. So hopefully, of all that activity, some people are going to say, I don't know anybody. Some people are going to say, oh, I know 10 people, right? And you're not trying to be their bookkeeper. You're not trying to prove yourself. You're just like, hey, I just want to stay connected, okay? So once you are connected, or, to invite a connection, you're just going to say, hey, I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Would love to stay connected in case you need any help, okay? That's it. Not like, I want to be your bookkeeper right now. Not like, can I take a look at your books right now? It's, I just want to stay connected in case you need any help. And you could even add, and we might do this in the cohort, is like, hey, I post some tips on QuickBooks Online, every couple of weeks, or, a couple of times a week. And, if you stay connected, you can, there'll be some tips. Okay. It's very, very non-invasive. You do not know this person, and they're handing over their baby. Like, you're asking a total stranger to hand you their baby, okay? Like, don't do it, okay? You need to develop a relationship with them first. Relationships are everything, okay? So first thing you need to do, connect on LinkedIn, okay? So you're going to connect on LinkedIn. You're going to make sure that your byline says that you are a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Don't say QBO, okay? You want to say QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Don't even say bookkeeper. I don't know. Some people might argue with me on that, but it seems to me like people would be more likely to reach out to you, like if they have QBO issues, they need help, whatever, okay? All right. Then you're going to post a couple of times a week. You're going to post some QBO tips, okay? And this is where those marketing prompts come in. If you're in the gym, you're earning marketing prompts all the time. If you come to the live stream, you have marketing prompts. Every week we give you a marketing prompt. Oh, Joel, go ahead and put today's in the chat. I forgot to do that. Forgot to mention that. Okay. So, and all you're doing is you're just posting QBO tips, QBO tips, QBO tips. Okay. And you're also going to like and comment on other people's posts. And here's the beautiful thing about LinkedIn. So somebody mentioned to me in the thing that they were doing this on Facebook. The problem with Facebook is that it just has your name. The beauty of LinkedIn is that it has your byline in addition to your name. So it says who you are, like what you do, okay? So that's why you really want to say that you are a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. And then every time they see you, they'll remember that you are a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, okay? And then when you comment, so that's like even liking on somebody's post. If you comment on somebody's posts, please, for the love of all that is holy, do not comment slimy things on people's posts, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't want to comment if it's a picture of their kid at a baseball game. You don't want to comment, hey, do you need any bookkeeping today? Like, how can I help you with your bookkeeping? You want to get on a phone for a consultation? No. You say a normal, natural human thing, which is, hey, cute kid, great stance. Hope you won the game, right? That kind of stuff. You're developing a relationship so that they know, like, and trust you, okay? In general, the idea is for you to just keep waving your flag so that people know that they know who to turn to when they need help, okay? So I always say, how many real estate agents do you know? How many real estate agents do you know, okay? You know who the real estate agents are because they are constantly telling you they are real estate agents. How often do you need to buy a house? Not that often. But when you do need to buy a house, you know who the real estate agents are. And that's what we're going for here. We should not be twisting anybody's arm to get a bookkeeper, okay? When their business is at a point where they are struggling because they can't do it themselves or the person that they hired sucks, they want a trusted person that they can then turn to and say, oh, would you take a look at my books or whatever, okay? And then again, you want to, helping them know, like, and trust you, okay? That's the whole point. All of this activity that we're going to be doing, that you should be doing every day, and that we're going to be doing together in the cohort is ultimately for once a month to be able to do a diagnostic review, okay? So the way that you're going to land this is simply by saying, hey, as you know, I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Would you like me to take a look at your books and see how you're doing? That's all it is. Would you like me to take a look? If you are in the cleanup course, again, you're going to have a leg up because Corey teaches you exactly how to do this and what to look for. Then you're going to do the diagnostic review. Then you're going to present it, in a way. Corey teaches you this magic, like it's total magic, teaches you a way to present your findings in a way that makes them, see and understand. And, Corey has over 90% sign up rate, like when she does this. Okay. So if you're not in the cleanup course, there's ton of other programs out there that teach you how to do a diagnostic review. There's all sorts of resources. You just want to make sure that you can, like, our goal is to get you to do a diagnostic review. And so you're going to say, would you like me to take a look at how you're doing? If you're in the cleanup course, you can even say, hey, I just finished a course on diagnostic reviews and I'm looking for practice. Would you mind? I'll just take a look. I'll write you up a report. No big deal. No obligation. I just need the practice. Okay. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Like, just do it. Just do it. Okay. That is the 3-2-1 method. And that is it for today. Wow. You guys have some of you have hung on for a really, really long time. You guys are troopers. I'm here for you. I'm going to be here as long. I do have another meeting at 2, but I am here for you. Okay. Let's see. Patricia says it's nice to be able to say I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Yes. Yes. If you're not a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, like, that is your first step, because then you have the credentials. Like, then you can say, hey, I mean, you can start by saying, hey, guess what? I just became a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, throw me your hardest questions, or, whatever. And you have the resources to be able to, to do them. All right. My work has us have a link, has us have a LinkedIn account, so we can't advertise there. All right, so we'll work that out. Claire, okay. Elizabeth says, I somehow was automatically given a new LinkedIn account when I set up my Gmail account. That's interesting. If you reach out to me on LinkedIn, I can walk you through setting up a business account. Oh, Sandy. Okay. Thank you. Elizabeth says, okay, more about the LinkedIn. So that's a thing. I don't know, Lindsay, if you're still listening, but that's like a thing that we have to iron out in the next 2 weeks, is the people who can't, for whatever reason, use LinkedIn. So anyway, thank you. Associate different email address. Aw, so glad. Okay. Oh. I'm going to put this one up because this one is awesome. Elizabeth says this was exactly the piece of the puzzle I was missing about marketing. So I think you're talking about the 3-2-1 method. So yes, that's why it's so amazing. And I'm so glad that Bold House let us use it, because it's brilliant. Okay. May I ask when the advanced course is going to be made available? If you want it today for free, then it'll probably be today. Let's see. Let's see. Excited for the cohort. I was super sick and didn't have a chance to comment on the birthday post. Aw, sorry, Amanda. Oh, yeah, the gym people. Oh my gosh, I forgot all about the gym people. That was hidden. That was a hidden tab. There's a ton of you that requested the gym. So I forgot all about that. So I will go through, same with cleanup. I'm going to go through everybody's, see where you are, see whether I think that a gym membership is beneficial for you, if you've earned it, if you really are Sam. I have 3 people who asked for an internship. John Patton, David Moomey, and Amber McClintock said, I'd like to work for a bookkeeper. Guys, that's what the gym is. That's what the gym is. So you need to take advantage of the gym, because that is like being a bookkeeper. Okay, let's see. Last question. Where do I click to get in the 5-day challenge in the gym? Somebody put it in already in the chat. Okay, so Lindsay, we need to work out the LinkedIn issue for sure. Dorada, I can't remember where you were on the list, but we'll make sure everybody gets addressed today. Have to go help a client. Valerie, right on. Valerie's got a client. Amber says, so it's a day in the life of a bookkeeper. Oh, why isn't that showing up? No, it's not a day in the life of a bookkeeper. It's a year in the life of a bookkeeper. So it is, yes, it is. You go in every day as if you were a bookkeeper for a fictitious business owner, and you get to actually do the books for Craig. Yes, that's what the gym is. That's what it is. Okay. Okay, it just keeps going. Yeah, you have a year. There's a year and a half right now. Eventually it will be 2 full years so that you will be able to work through the gym. And by the way, when I say a year, that's not like it takes you a year to get through it. It's a year's worth of accounting. And so you, as the bookkeeper, like it takes you about 3 to 4 hours per month. And so you can get through an entire year of the gym in about 42 real-time hours. Okay, so yeah. Billy says I have 2 accounts on LinkedIn. One's personal and the second is business. That's interesting. I don't know if having a business name would be as compelling to like connect with people. But yeah, we'll have to work that out. Confidence call. Woohoo, John. Excellent. I'm excited about it. Can you finish it before a year? Tara, so this question is, I think because Felicia right before that said the gym is great to use. And then Tara says, I'm excited about it. Can you finish it before a year? Yes, you can finish an entire year in about 42 real-time hours. Year 1, you can do in about 42 real-time hours. Then year 2, we're still building out. We have about 7 months, I think, built out into year 2. But then year 2 will be, we release it every month, and then come January, it will be, all of year 2 will be there. Okay, let's see. 2 accounts. All right, excellent. Yes. Okay. All right, guys. Oh my gosh, marathon call, 2.5 hours, and I didn't even get to payroll, clean up the gym. But we gave away a bunch of stuff to people, and thank you so much for making my birthday so awesome and amazing. If a little stressful because I have to to wade through all of your comments and pray about everybody and figure out like what the best thing is to do. So anyway, I am so glad you're here. I'm so glad to be a part of your journey. And I can't wait to hear your success story. Take care.